In the quiet village of Thornwick, there stood a house no one dared enter. Its shutters were nailed shut, its door sagged with rot, and ivy clung to its walls as though trying to hide it from view. The villagers called it the Ashen House, for even in the brightest days, it seemed cloaked in a faint greyness, as if a shadow had settled over it long ago. Children whispered that the windows were eyes, watching anyone who lingered too long, and the elders would mutter prayers whenever they passed by. Yet no one truly knew why it was abandoned, only that it had been so for longer than anyone alive could remember. One autumn evening, a traveller named Elric arrived at Thornwick. He was a scholar of forgotten places and sought to unravel the truths buried in superstition. When he asked about the Ashen House, the innkeeper paled and begged him to leave it alone. That house keeps its own time, she whispered, and those who step inside do not come out the same. Curiosity burned brighter than caution in Elric's heart. At midnight, lantern in hand, he crossed the brittle leaves to the gate, which opened with a sound like a sigh. Inside, the air was still, heavy, and tinged with ash. The lantern's glow revealed a hallway lined with portraits, faces blurred, as though the paint itself refused to hold their features. The deeper he went, the stronger the weight of silence became, until it pressed against his ears like water. Then he heard it, a faint crackling, as though a fire smouldered behind the walls. He followed the sound into the parlour, where the hearth lay cold and black. Yet when he drew closer, the ashes stirred. They rose, shifting and swirling, until they formed a face, an old man's, hollow-eyed and grieving. "You should not have come," the ash voice whispered, brittle as burnt paper. "This house remembers. It keeps the lost." Elric's lantern flickered. Shadows lengthened across the walls, and the portraits began to sharpen the blurred faces now gazing directly at him, their expressions etched in despair. He stumbled back, but the door behind him had vanished, replaced by endless hallway. The crackling grew louder, a storm of whispers in the ash. Then the voice came again, closer, inside his head. Another memory for the house. And when dawn broke over Thornwick, the Ashen House looked the same as it always had, grey, silent, untouched. But if one peered close at the parlour wall, among the faces painted in sorrow, a new one had appeared, a man clutching a lantern, his eyes wide in eternal terror.